Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news just in. A stark warning. Dr. Anthony Fauci tells Congress that reopening America too quickly could lead to needless suffering and death.
The consequences could be really serious. There is no doubt, even under the best of circumstances, when you pull back on mitigation, you will see some cases appear.
The president delivers his own message on the country's readiness regarding testing.
We have met the moment, and we have prevailed.
Now at noon, we take a closer look inside the Senate Health Committee hearing. And thank you for joining us for Local 4 News at noon. I'm Evrod Cassimy. Before we get to our coronavirus updates, we do want to share with you this salute in the sky. The iconic U.S. Navy Blue Angels just finished flying over parts of Metro Detroit, honoring those on the front lines of the coronavirus fight. It all began at 11:30 this morning in Washtenaw County, and then the Blue Angels headed east over Dearborn and then Detroit, and we saw them fly right over Local 4. They then made their way northeast over Sterling Heights and St. Clair Shores, and the flyover wrapped up just about 10 minutes ago over Metro Airport. Such an incredible show of support for those who are putting themselves on the front lines and helping to fight this pandemic. Right now, though, we want to get you caught up on everything that you need to know about the latest numbers here in our state. As of our last update on Monday afternoon, there were 33 confirmed deaths from COVID-19. In total, we've lost more than 4,500 people to the virus. Michigan now has more than 47,000 confirmed cases, and this is up 414 cases, as our state has more than 22,000 recoveries from COVID-19. New updates have been coming mid-afternoon. We'll have them for you the moment that we get them on air and online at clickondetroit.com. And now let's get the very latest breaking news from Capitol Hill, where top federal health officials are being pressed about whether or not the country is ready to reopen. Well, right now, there are more than 1,300,000 confirmed coronavirus cases in the United States. More than 80,000 Americans have died. The numbers are higher than any flu season in more than 50 years. And the health threat does appear to be escalating. Local 4's Karen Drew joins us now this afternoon. I understand you've been monitoring the Senate hearing. What are you learning?
Very busy and interesting morning. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, I should say, Evrod. The Senate Health Committee hearing is called COVID-19 Safely Getting Back to Work and Back to School. Now, this is the first chance lawmakers have had to publicly question health officials since President Trump declared a national emergency 2 months ago. So here are the key witnesses, and it's important to note 3 of them actually placed themselves in quarantine after contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and a leading member of the task force. Dr. Robert Redfield, director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, Stephen Hahn. Now, Dr. Brett Giroir, the assistant secretary for health who is responsible for overseeing coronavirus testing efforts, is also testifying. And the panel's chairman, Senator Lamar Alexander, is quarantined at his Tennessee home after a member of his staff tested positive. So here are some key takeaways that occurred over the past couple of hours. Dr. Fauci spoke of those efforts to develop vaccines and therapies for COVID-19, also saying the idea of having a treatment or a vaccine available to facilitate the re-entry of college students into the fall term would be, quote, a bit of a bridge too far. Now, he does say at least 8 top vaccines are in development. He also testified the consequence of reopening the country too early could be, quote, really serious if states don't have the capability to respond to new coronavirus infections.
The consequences could be really serious. There is no doubt, even under the best of circumstances, when you pull back on mitigation, you will see some cases appear. It's the ability and the capability of responding to those cases with good identification, isolation, and contact tracing will determine whether you can continue to go forward as you try to reopen America.
Now, the warning from Dr. Fauci came as President Trump continues to push a quick restart of the economy in spite of the mounting death toll and few signs that the pandemic is subsiding. Now, there was also talk of a second wave of infection at the hearing. Take a listen.
We expect those targets to go up as we progressively open, as communities go through phase 1 and then into phase 2. And certainly those numbers will need to go up significantly.
So my approach towards the possibility of a rebound and a second wave in the fall is that A, it's entirely conceivable and possible that it would happen, but B, I would hope that between now and then, given the capability of doing the testing that you've heard from Admiral Giroir and the ability of us to stock up on personal protective equipment and the workforce that the CDC under Dr. Redfield will be putting forth to be able to identify, isolate, and contact trace, I hope that if we do have the threat of a second wave, we will be able to deal with it very effectively to prevent it from becoming an outbreak.
Now, it is important to note that countries that have eased social distancing restrictions are seeing a spike in coronavirus cases. In Wuhan, where the virus was first discovered, millions of residents will be tested in a little over a week after case numbers rose despite months of lockdown measures. Germany and South Korea are also seeing spikes. Of course, we're monitoring the very latest of the hearing, and we'll have a full wrap-up today when you join us at 4, 5, and 6. I'll send it back to you, Evrod.
All right, Karen, we'll see you on First at 4. Closer to home now, Fiat Chrysler is gearing up to reopen its North American plants. Production is expected to start next week. And as Local 4's Nick Monticelli reports, the automaker is implementing a comprehensive program to make sure all employees are safe and healthy.
So, we've been talking about the manufacturers and the suppliers starting this week, but every time we talked about that, we wondered, what would the automakers look like? On these lines, people are right next to each other. Well, now we know.
So that person, this one protects me from this person?
Inside FCA's Sterling Heights assembly plant, the coronavirus changes are everywhere.
And you and I are working here. We're good. We're great.
Shields have been installed, some that actually move with the line to protect workers. Nearly 17,000 workstations were analyzed throughout the entire company, and more than 4,700 of them needed to be redesigned or modified. Employees came in offering suggestions.
And they have some really good ideas. I think that'll make the workplace workable, a place where any of us would want to work.
On top of physical changes, there are now staggering start times, increased break and lunch times for social distancing. Thermal imaging cameras have been installed to verify temperatures that employees have self-reported, and everyone must wear masks and safety glasses at all times.
If I came to work and I was sick without knowing it, if I were to cough or sneeze, it would be coughed into the mask that I'm wearing, thus protecting you.
Cleaning and disinfecting has happened over every square inch as well, prepping for the restart next week.
We've got a few more things to do over this next week to get the rest of the action items closed that the teams are working on. 100% comfortable and 100% comfortable that I would have my family here as well.
So again, the suppliers were allowed to begin work this week. The auto manufacturers, the makers, can go back on Monday the 18th. In Sterling Heights, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Interesting to see how things are developing. Nick, thank you. This, of course, has been a cautious day on Wall Street as investors have been watching developments in Washington and elsewhere. And after opening more than 100 points, the Dow Jones Industrials average has dropped back as investors wait to react to the day's developments. The market has been waiting to analyze the comments of Dr. Anthony Fauci about the outlook for the reopening the economy. And as always for you, clickondetroit.com is packed full of useful information to help get you through this crisis and pandemic. Just go to clickondetroit.com/coronavirus and we have everything that you need to know there, including the forecast, which we do want to switch gears and take a look at right now. A live look for you at a beautiful Comerica Park, of course, empty these days, but we can only look forward to the days where baseball will be played there again and hopefully soon. Let's check in with meteorologist Brandon Rue. He has your forecast on this Tuesday afternoon.
Hey, and let me just say, Evrod, that moments ago, the Blue Angels flew right over my house. It was kind of scary, but really, really cool. And of course, for a great reason. All right, let's get to that forecast. Just enough of a cool breeze out here to need a light jacket, perhaps. But other than that, we're at 54 degrees at Metro and in Ann Arbor, where we have our live shot there. You see those winds out of the west? Anywhere between 10 and 20 and gusting a little bit stronger. So as we look at the day today, we see temperatures in the neighborhood of 60 degrees with tons of sun and just a little bit of a cooling breeze. As we get into later on tonight, we do have near freezing temperatures once again. No freeze warning yet, Evrod, but we will have one last cold one here before we really start to warm things up, and we'll share it with you coming up.
All right, Brandon, we'll see you in just a few. The Justice Department considers new charges in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery as a new prosecutor is named in the case.
I played the waiting game, and finally it seems like something's getting done.
Now, his family is praising the move. We've got a closer look at why after the break.